He wrote silence in golden ink. Every word carried a broken promise. His quill trembled softly. Over parchment white, tears fell slowly, forming gentle verses. He was royalty, but love humbled. He was strong, but heart shattered. The poet lived quietly among endless halls. Echoes of laughter haunted his soul. Every candle flickered, like memory breathing. Every corridor whispered her fading name. He wrote by moonlight and whispered prayers. His ink bled sorrow, yet beauty remained. They called him prince, but he was poet. They saw crown shining, but not broken soul. He spoke through pain, not through pride. Love was wound, and sacred gift. He wrote of absence, of endless waiting. Each poem carried her unseen face. The poet wept softly behind velvet curtains. No one knew truth of his bleeding heart. She once loved deeply, then vanished away. Her goodbye echoed through palace walls. He searched skies endlessly for signs divine. He sought her reflection in morning dew. Every sunrise reminded that she was gone. Every sunset whispered she might return. The poet kept faith, though hope faded. He lived in memories of golden days. Her laughter lingered gently inside his veins. Her scent remained softly on royal robes. He spoke to stars. Each lonely night, tell her I'm waiting, he whispered tenderly. Even the desert winds carried his longing. Even the falcons soared with broken grace. He found her shadow in dream's embrace. He kissed illusion softly and woke in tears. The poet of loss became man of faith. He turned pain divine. Through gentle verses, every poem healed someone unseen heart, but his remained shattered, forever incomplete. He smiled before crowd, but silence followed him. His eyes carried stories that words couldn't hold. He found beauty hidden within deep sorrow. He called love eternal, even when gone. When rain touched earth, he felt her presence. When thunder rolled loud, he heard her cry. His poetry became mirror of human soul. People read verses and felt their truth. He never said name, yet all knew. Every line whispered her gentle memory. He wrote of patience, of royal pain. He wrote of destiny, cruel yet kind. Sometimes he paused, gazing at stars. Was love mistake? He asked quietly. But wind replied, no, sacred journey. He smiled through tears and wrote again, because poetry was his way of breathing. The night grew deeper, yet his heart awake. He sat in silence, listening to stars. Each twinkle reminded of her soft gaze. Each shadow whispered her fading name. He wrote on paper, but ink was pain. His heart bled softly between quiet lines. He remembered her laughter, like rain on marble. He remembered her touch, like calm fire. Her absence screamed loudly. In empty halls, every echo carried her gentle memory. The poet sighed deeply, Fingers trembling slightly, he held her letters. Worn by tears, he read her words over and over. Each line echoed, "A promise lost." He closed his eyes, felt her beside. He whispered gently, "Are you watching me?" His heart answered silently, in rhythm of pain. He smiled softly through silent tears. Even the moon wept for love eternal. Even the stars dimmed for his sorrow. He walked through garden, once filled with laughter, now roses bent low, sharing his grief. The fountains cried softly, with silver drops. The air held whispers of her name. He touched one flower and whispered softly, "She loved these roses." A tear fell slowly onto crimson petals. He watched it sink like a buried dream. His poetry was temple, built from memories. Each verse became prayer, each rhyme a cry. He wrote till dawn, till ink ran dry. Still, heart kept writing. Invisible verses within. He spoke to destiny with trembling courage. "Why gift love, then take it away?" The wind replied softly, "To teach divine strength." He understood quietly. Pain had purpose. He walked through palace, where memories lingered. Every corner carried her silent footsteps. He touched golden frame of her portrait. Her eyes still glowed with timeless grace. He whispered gently, "My queen forever." The candles flickered softly, as if she heard. He turned to sky and prayed deeply. May she find peace, even beyond worlds. Then he smiled faintly, heart heavy yet proud. He had loved purely, without any regret. His poetry grew deeper, each word sacred. The world listened silently to his royal ache. People saw strength, but not his fragility. They admired the poet, not the wounded soul. He became symbol of eternal devotion. His poems were treasures of divine sorrow. He never sought fame, only her memory. He lived in silence, among unspoken dreams. Each dawn reminded him of promises unfinished. Each dusk whispered softly, "She's waiting above." He found comfort quietly in her imagined voice. He felt her spirit around him always. When the desert winds danced at twilight, he smiled and said, "She's near again." Tea.